So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a short introduction really to this great bass here, the Reverend Thundergun in Citradelic Sunset. The reason why I decided to make the video is because I couldn't find anything really specifically about this bass. There's a lot of content, I think, about older models with the reverse headstock. A lot of content, I think, around the gunmetal finish, but nothing really about this one. So I wanted to create a short video, also to share a bit my experience, where I got it from, and to show you and to let you listen a little bit about this bass. So let's do it. So the first thing that I would do is just to show you very quickly, or to comment on the bass. So the color, as I said, is Citradelic Sunset. It has kind of this gold yellow finish, but on the outside, what was not super clear when I bought it, or was not super clear in the images, is this kind of green flake around the side. You can kind of see it in the pictures and things like that, but it's not as clear how shiny it is really, or how kind of how the finish really looks in person. So I wanted to show you that first. I'll try to go a bit closer. You can see here, hopefully we'll catch that on the back as well. You can also see very quickly, right, so it's a set neck. The finish goes all the way through up to the headstock. I think the main difference looking at this bass, I mean, you have this kind of setup of the dual humbuckers. You have then pretty much a blend or a pickup selector. You have a tone, and then you have a volume. This setup is very similar to the Mercalli bass. The only difference I can really tell is you have different finishes, of course. The neck is a bolt-on, and then you have kind of this satin finish as opposed to like this more lacquered finish that carries on from the rest of the body. Also, you have kind of the block inlays on this, which is really nice. If you're curious on a satin neck, just to give you an idea here, this is a Charvel with this kind of maple or caramel maple neck. This is more of the satin neck, right, where there's no finish on the back. It's just the wood itself, which is also quite nice. I was thinking if this was going to be an issue after reading it a bit more, but really, I don't have any issues with it. It's not super sticky. It doesn't stop anything playing-wise, and otherwise it's super nice. The bass is also very light. I can tell you, just if you heard me pick up the Charvel, you heard me go, ugh, because it's actually quite heavy. Not much heavier than this, but for some reason heavier. This wood is a bit different, I believe. I forget, actually. I think Corinna is the wood type that it's made of. It's quite light, even with the high mass bridge. And then, of course, the tuners on the back here are upgraded to hip shop tuners, so there's nothing stock there, or, well, these are stock on this, which is great. I think that's normally one of the things I change pretty quickly on a bass, is looking at the bridge, looking at the tuners. Those are things I would change. What I really liked about the Charvel, for example, is a lot of that stuff already is changed, right? You have a preamp, you have DiMarzio pickups, and I just then changed the tuners and some smaller stuff. But this bass so far has been quite good. And yeah, let's play it a little bit and see what you guys think about the sound. Okay, so I've got it set up here. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not running it through any special pedals. I'm not running it through software. I'm running it literally straight into my amp here, which is a Hardkey HD500, a combo amp, 500 watts. Nothing special about the setup. It's pretty low right now at 3, the volume. Volume here is at max. I will probably dial that down, and we'll start in the center, and I'll leave the tone at 0, just to see it. And we'll just do some basic stuff so you can hear it. So very round, I would say, in the center with the tone on 0. Let's put the tone all the way up. Very hot with the tone up. Very really trebly, which is nice. I really like the mids quite a lot. Let's go ahead and put the tone back to 0. Let's do front pickup only. Yeah, very fat, I would say, like similar to a jazz pickup in the front. If we turn the tone up, J bass if you're rolling it all the way to the front. This is with the tone on high. If we do it all the way to the neck pickup, also on 0, I would imagine pretty thick. Very heavy, very thunderous from the Thundergun. Yeah. And if we roll the tone all the way up, really nice sound, a lot of flexibility between the two pickups. I think for me, I have a couple of basses here. Maybe I will throw some footage in here, or you can check them out also on my social media stuff. Basically, I had this P bass, right? P bass is pretty standard precision bass. I like it a lot. Fender P bass, it's a Mike Dirnt signature. Love Green Day, of course. But it's very heavy. And a P bass is very specific for the sound. I have this J bass here. Hopefully you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it in the frame here. This J bass also great, but again, very specific to this sound. So then what I end up doing is going over to the Charvel. The Charvel is a PJ mix. It's an active bass. I really, really like it. I kind of found it randomly one day in a Guitar Center, picked it up, really liked it, and ended up taking it home and then getting a second one. The second one's not here at the moment. I have this one in black, metallic, and then I also have one in green, metallic. This one is getting fixed right now with a new preamp because, as you might find online, the preamp is quite bad. So that's being swapped out. This one is great. I think this is a version 2, so I haven't had any issues with it, but can swap it out if we need to. What I really like about the Reverend bass here is that with the two humbucker pickups, you really can get all of those sounds, right? You can get the J sound on the front pickup, this kind of really funky 70s classic vibe of a J bass. You can get the fat, kind of thick P sound, and then with the tone rolled on or off, you can kind of get the thump, right? If we roll this back, and let's lower it even a little bit, and we kind of just do this. You can still get that. I would actually roll the tone up a little bit more. So you can kind of get that P bass tone, which is great, both the kind of thumpy Motownish kind of sounds, as well as the more punk, the punk pick bass sounds, and then you also have kind of that nice growl of the Music Man, which I also have this Sterling here, this 5-string of the humbucker, right, in both positions, which is quite nice. So I think versatility-wise, it's also really, really great because you can play a lot of different styles. The fact that it's really not heavy at all is super nice. The quality is quite good. To tell you a little bit of where I got this, I bought this from Sweetwater on eBay. I think this is B stock, which they pointed to some specific things, like there's some slight marks here and there, something I was very hard pressed to find as I looked through the bass. I'm pretty sensitive to that stuff. I did not find anything. I can see some small things, but nothing that I would really like call out as a big issue. And I think they were selling it for, I think brand new, it's roughly $11.99, I think, or $10.99. They were selling it in this kind of demo B stock for $8.79, and I bought it on eBay, and they happened to have this 4th of July deal, and then I ended up getting it for like $700. So at the end, I paid roughly $700 for it. I think very well worthwhile. I mean, an American jazz bass, for example, you can, this is a Performer, I believe, American Performer jazz bass, you pay something like $1,100 for it. You can get it used maybe for $9. The Charvel is right around the $800. Then the Sterling is much less. Mike Dirnt also was a great deal. That was, I think, a mint on Reverb that ended up being super low. I think really low, like 800 or a little bit less than that one. I think that's also 1400 in the signature bottle. So I've gotten lucky on the deals. I think you can definitely find it. When I saw this one on that deal, and I know I've been wanting to try Reverend for a while, I had to take it. Worst case scenario, you can always return it, right? So I picked it up. I really like it. It feels really good. It feels very easy to play. What I'm super surprised at, because the neck is definitely a bit thicker than the Jazz or the Charvel, not quite as thick as a P bass, I would say, from front to back. From the side to side, the width feels pretty good. I think I would say in between the P bass and the J bass, not quite as thin as the J or the Charvel, but very comfortable. So yeah, overall super happy. I like the finish. I like the build quality. The sound is good. It's really versatile. I've recorded a bunch of things over the last few days that I put on TikTok and different places to kind of play it out, where I've recorded them through the HX Stomp, which I don't have here because it's on my desk, to model the SVT cab. And yeah, hopefully that helps. If you have a Reverend Bass, or you have something that you're playing, let me see it. Let's hear it. I'd also like to hear it, right? I'm super curious to hear how some of the other ones, like the Triad or some of the other basses that they make, sound, right? And of course, there's lots of videos on YouTube, but I kind of want more practical things. Everybody can kind of sound really good on YouTube just by plugging in and doing all the stuff that they do with effects and stuff like that. But just playing, right? How does it feel? How does it look? How do you use it every day? So if you've got anything, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching.